Dolly Parton, the country music icon known for her infectious personality and undeniable talent, has captivated audiences for decades with her music, charm, and larger-than-life persona. However, behind the glitz and glam of the spotlight, there were moments of personal struggle and quiet conflicts that many never saw. For years, rumors swirled about an alleged feud with a famous female celebrity, one that suggested tension and unspoken animosity between the two. Despite her radiant public image, Dolly has faced challenges, particularly in dealing with her feelings towards this star. In this video, we'll take a deeper dive into Dolly's early life, exploring the struggles and triumphs that shaped her into the legend she is today, and shedding light on what went on behind the scenes, away from the cameras. Born on January 19, 1946, in the modest surroundings of Sevier County, Tennessee, Dolly Rebecca Parton's early life was shaped by humble beginnings. She entered the world in a one-room cabin near the Little Pigeon River, nestled in the Great Smoky Mountains. Dolly's parents, Robert Lee Parton and Lee Caroline Owens, raised a large family of 12 children, and Dolly was the fourth. The Parton family faced significant financial hardships, living without electricity or indoor plumbing. They relied heavily on the land and Robert Lee's work as a farmer and construction laborer to get by. From the start, music was a central part of Dolly's life. Her mother, who had a beautiful singing voice, introduced her to the traditional ballads and hymns of the region. This early immersion in music became the cornerstone of Dolly's future career. At a young age, she began singing in church, displaying a natural talent for performing. By the time she was 6, Dolly was already a regular performer, and her love for music only grew stronger. In 1952, when Dolly was around 6 years old, she began performing with a homemade guitar. Her uncle, Bill Owens, who was involved in the local music scene, recognized her potential and gifted her a real guitar when she was just 8. This moment was pivotal in Dolly's life. It marked the start of her songwriting journey and the beginning of her dream of becoming a professional musician. Despite the financial struggles her family endured, they supported her ambitions, nurturing her passion and encouraging her to follow her dreams. Dolly's upbringing in the Appalachian region profoundly influenced her musical style. The folk songs and storytelling traditions of the area were integral to her creative development. These influences, combined with her unique voice and perspective, set Dolly apart as an artist. Although her family's poverty was a constant challenge, it fueled her determination to succeed, not only for herself, but for her family as well. Dolly Parton's career began at an impressively young age. In 1955, she started performing on local radio and television shows in East Tennessee, including appearances on The Cass Walker Show. These early performances were crucial in helping her gain confidence and develop her stage presence, providing a foundation for the career that would eventually catapult her to stardom. By the time she was a teenager, Dolly's musical journey was well on its way, setting the stage for what would become a legendary career that touched millions of lives across the globe. By the time Dolly Parton graduated from high school in 1964, she had already made a name for herself in the local music scene, but she was determined to take her career to the next level. So, she made a bold move to Nashville, the heart of country music, to chase her dreams. The city, however, wasn't an easy place for aspiring artists. Like many before her, Dolly faced the typical struggles of trying to make a name for herself in the highly competitive industry. Yet, it didn't take long for her undeniable songwriting talent to catch the attention of Combined Publishing. Soon, Dolly was writing hits for other artists, including Put It Off Until Tomorrow, which became a hit for Bill Phillips. This success earned her and her uncle Bill Owens a BMI award, marking a turning point in her career and solidifying her potential as a gifted songwriter. In 1965, Dolly signed with Monument Records. Initially, the label tried to market her as a pop artist, but her early singles failed to achieve significant success. Recognizing her true calling in country music, Monument shifted its strategy and released her first country single, Dumb Blonde, in 1966. The song reached #1, 24 on the Billboard Country Music chart, marking a crucial milestone in Dolly's career. The single showcased her strong, independent persona, which resonated deeply with country audiences and set her on the path to stardom. In 1967, Dolly's career reached another important milestone when she joined the Porter Wagoner show. Porter Wagoner, a well-established country star, saw great potential in Dolly and invited her to be a part of his popular television program. This partnership was instrumental in expanding Dolly's reach to a wider audience. Under Wagoner's mentorship, Dolly signed with RCA Victor, with Wagoner promising to produce her records. Their first single together, The Last Thing on My Mind, was released in October 1967 and quickly climbed into the top 10 on the country charts. The success of this duet solidified their musical partnership, which led to the release of their first collaborative album, Just Between You and Me, in 1968. The album was a commercial hit, peaking at #1, 8 on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart. Their chemistry on stage was undeniable, and their performances captivated audiences, further establishing Dolly as a rising star in country music. While her partnership with Porter Wagoner was flourishing, Dolly remained focused on building her solo career. In 1968, she released her first solo album for RCA, Just Because I'm a Woman. Though the album didn't achieve the same level of success as her duets with Wagoner, it was an essential step in her career. The title track, Just Because I'm a Woman, boldly addressed the double standards that women faced, showcasing Dolly's willingness to tackle social issues through her music. This was a clear reflection of her determination to use her platform to speak on behalf of women's rights and equality. In 1969, Dolly made a pivotal decision that would shape the trajectory of her career. After 7 years on the Porter Wagoner show, she left the program to pursue a solo career. This move was significant, as it marked her desire to establish her identity and success in the music industry independently. The transition was undoubtedly challenging, but Dolly's drive and confidence carried her through. Her departure was symbolized by the release of Just Because I'm a Woman, a clear statement of her independence and self-assurance. The song, which highlighted her unique voice and personal songwriting style, set the tone for her solo career. As Dolly ventured out on her own, she continued to craft songs that resonated with her audiences. Her distinctive style, marked by personal lyrics and heartfelt storytelling, began to shine through. Dolly's ability to connect with listeners on a deep emotional level would go on to define her career, making her not only a country music icon, but a voice for generations of fans who found strength and solace in her songs. As she moved forward, Dolly Parton wasn't just creating music, she was changing the landscape of country music forever. Dolly Parton's rise to superstardom continued with the release of Jolene in 1973. The song's haunting melody and vivid storytelling quickly captured the hearts of listeners, establishing it as a timeless classic in Dolly's repertoire. Jolene climbed to #1 on the country charts, solidifying her reputation as a gifted storyteller with a powerful voice. The success of this song marked a pivotal moment in Dolly's career, proving that she was more than just a country singer. She was an artist capable of connecting with audiences on a deep emotional level. In 1974, Dolly wrote and recorded I Will Always Love You, a heartfelt farewell to her mentor, Porter Wagoner. The song was not only a declaration of love, but also a statement of independence, reflecting the complex nature of their professional relationship. The track topped the country charts and, later, gained global recognition when Whitney Houston covered it in 1992, turning it into a massive hit. This period marked Dolly's ascent to superstardom, with other hits like Love Is Like a Butterfly and The Bargain Store further cementing her place as a leading figure in country music. By the mid-1970s, Dolly Parton had firmly established herself as a country music superstar. Yet she was not content to rest on her laurels. In 1976, she began exploring new musical territories, aiming to broaden her audience. This phase of her career saw her deliberately attempting to cross over into pop music, a bold and risky move for a country artist at the time. Her 1977 album, Here You Come Again, marked a significant turning point. The title track became a major hit, reaching number 3 on the pop charts and number 1 on the country album charts. This success demonstrated Dolly's versatility and her ability to appeal to a diverse audience. The album's fusion of pop and country elements showcased her knack for crafting catchy, relatable songs that resonated across genres. During this period, Dolly also became a familiar face on television. She made frequent appearances on talk shows and variety programs, charming audiences with her wit and charisma. In 1976, she launched her own variety show, Dolly, which ran for a year. The show allowed her to showcase her talents beyond music, further endearing her to fans and expanding her reach. Dolly's hard work did not go unnoticed by the industry, and she received numerous accolades, including several Country Music Association (CMA) awards. In 1978, she was named the CMA's Entertainer of the Year, a prestigious recognition of her profound contributions to country music. This period of Dolly's career was marked by both commercial success and critical acclaim, as she continued to push boundaries and defy expectations. As the 1980s dawned, Dolly made yet another bold move, this time in acting. She ventured into film with the comedy 9 to 5 in 1980, starring alongside Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin. The film was a commercial success, and Dolly's performance was widely praised. Her natural charm and comedic timing shone through, making her a standout in the ensemble cast. But her impact didn't stop at acting. Dolly also contributed to the film's success with the title song 9 to 5. The track became one of her biggest hits, topping the country charts and reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song's catchy tune and empowering lyrics resonated with many, making it an anthem for working women. It showcased Dolly's ability to connect with a wide audience, further solidifying her status as a versatile entertainer. Following the success of 9 to 5, Dolly Parton proved time and again that she was not just a country music star, but a multifaceted artist who could conquer new territories and capture the hearts of millions across various mediums. Whether it was through her music, television appearances, or acting roles, Dolly's unyielding drive and boundless talent continued to redefine her career, solidifying her place as one of the most beloved and influential figures in entertainment history. Dolly Parton continued to explore new opportunities in film throughout the 1980s, cementing her reputation as a multifaceted entertainer. In 1982, she starred in The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, a musical comedy that showcased both her acting and singing talents. The film featured the song Hard Candy Christmas, which became another hit for Dolly, further solidifying her place in both the music and film industries. These performances highlighted Dolly's exceptional ability to seamlessly transition between different forms of entertainment, showcasing her versatility in both acting and music. Throughout this period, Dolly also maintained a prolific music career. In 1981, she released the album 9 to 5 and Odd Jobs, which was a commercial success. The album's fusion of country, pop, and rock elements showcased her musical flexibility and willingness to experiment with new sounds. This era of Dolly's career was marked by a continuous stream of successful albums and singles, further establishing her as a major figure in the entertainment industry. In 1983, Dolly teamed up with Kenny Rogers for the hit duet Islands in the Stream, written by the Bee Gees. The song quickly topped both country and pop charts, proving Dolly's broad appeal to a diverse audience. The following year, she released The Great Pretender, an album of classic 50s and 60s covers. where Dolly brought her unique style to old favorites. In 1985, Dolly and Kenny reunited once again for the duet Real Love, which was another successful collaboration. However, it was her 1987 partnership with Emmylou Harris and Linda Ronstadt on the album Trio that truly stood out. The album, which went platinum and won a Grammy Award, was lauded for the beautiful harmonies and chemistry among the trio. Trio became a landmark project in country music, further establishing Dolly as a key figure in the genre. As the 1980s came to a close, Dolly returned to her country roots with the 1989 album White Limousine, which was well received by both critics and fans alike. Around the same time, she opened Dollywood in Tennessee, a theme park that celebrated Appalachian culture. Dollywood quickly became a popular destination, further solidifying Dolly's connection to her roots and expanding her presence in the entertainment world. In 1991, Dolly released Eagle When She Flies, which included hits like Rockin' Years, a duet with Ricky Van Shelton. The album continued to showcase Dolly's musical range, while her variety show, Dolly, aired from 1987 to 1988, further demonstrating her ability to entertain on multiple platforms. The early 1990s were a busy time for Dolly, as she released Slow Dancing with the Moon in 1993, featuring collaborations with artists like Mary Chapin Carpenter and Tanya Tucker. The album was well received, highlighting Dolly's talent for bringing together artists from different backgrounds to create beautiful music. In 1994, Dolly's Heart Songs Live From Home captured a live performance at Dollywood, showcasing her appeal as a live performer. She then revisited traditional country with Something Special in 1995, followed by Treasures in 1996, an acoustic album of her favorite covers. In 1999, Dolly embraced her bluegrass roots with The Grass is Blue, which received critical acclaim and won the International Bluegrass Music Association's Album of the Year award. This album marked a significant moment in her career, as she returned to the Appalachian music she loved while attracting a new generation of fans. Riding on the success of The Grass is Blue, Dolly continued to explore bluegrass with her 2001 album, Little Sparrow, blending traditional and contemporary styles. Through this period, Dolly proved time and again that her musical evolution was boundless, and her ability to connect with fans across different genres and generations kept her at the forefront of the music world. Whether she was embracing her country roots or venturing into bluegrass, Dolly's versatility, authenticity, and deep connection to her heritage continued to shine through in everything she created. Dolly Parton's musical journey continued to evolve as she entered the 2000s, with her album Halos and Horns released in 2002, showcasing her versatility. The album was a blend of bluegrass, country, and other genres, with one standout track being her bluegrass rendition of Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. This bold interpretation highlighted her adventurous musical spirit and willingness to experiment. Around this time, Dolly's songwriting was celebrated with her induction into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2001, cementing her place as one of the most influential figures in the music world. As the early 2000s unfolded, Dolly's career continued to thrive. In 2003, she released For God and Country, a patriotic album that blended classic American tunes with her own compositions. The album reinforced her deep connection to her roots and showcased her ability to create music that resonated with a broad audience. She also collaborated with a wide range of artists, further solidifying her status as a music industry icon. Dolly's television appearances kept her in the public eye, allowing her to introduce her music to new fans while sharing insights into her life philosophy. These appearances reinforced her image as a beloved and relatable star. As the mid-2000s approached, Dolly continued to push the boundaries of her career, exploring new horizons in both music and business. In 2006, she released Those Were the Days, an album of covers from the 60s and 70s, where she put her unique spin on classic hits. This album reflected her appreciation for that era's music while showcasing her ability to reinterpret songs in her own style. Meanwhile, her business savvy was evident in the success of Dollywood, her theme park in Tennessee. The park became a major tourist destination, and Dolly's hands-on involvement with its operations endeared her even more to her fans, showcasing her entrepreneurial spirit. In 2008, Dolly made a notable return to mainstream country with Backwoods Barbie, her first country album in nearly a decade. The album, which featured both new songs and covers, debuted at number 2 on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart. Fans and critics alike praised her for blending traditional country with her own unique style, reaffirming her place in the country music pantheon. In 2009, Dolly ventured into Broadway with 9 to 5, the musical, based on the 1980 film. She wrote all the music and lyrics for the production, earning several Tony nominations, including Best Original Score. This success marked another milestone in her career, expanding her influence beyond music and showcasing her talent as a composer and songwriter. During this period, Dolly also toured extensively, performing to sold-out crowds around the world. Her concerts were a celebration of both her classic hits and new material, filled with warmth and charisma. Dolly's ability to connect personally with her audience, sharing stories and insights from her life and career, made her concerts even more special. Beyond her work in music and entertainment, Dolly Parton has been dedicated to philanthropy. She has focused much of her efforts on literacy and disaster relief. One of her most significant initiatives is the Imagination Library, which provides free books to children from birth to age 5. Initially launched in the U.S., the program has since expanded to several countries worldwide, reflecting Dolly's deep passion for reading and education. Additionally, she has made significant contributions to disaster relief, supporting communities affected by natural disasters. Her philanthropic work has further cemented her legacy as someone who uses her influence to make a positive impact on the world. In 2011, Dolly released Better Day, an album that blended traditional and modern country sounds. While the album received mixed reviews, it showcased her strong vocals and reached number 51 on the Billboard 200, as well as number 9 on the UK Albums chart, marking her highest position in the UK at the time. In 2014, Dolly released Blue Smoke, an album that celebrated her musical roots, blending bluegrass, country, and gospel elements. Each album, each venture, reflected Dolly's unyielding passion for music, her constant evolution as an artist, and her unwavering commitment to staying true to herself and her fans. Through the decades, Dolly Parton's career has been defined not only by her musical achievements, but also by her ability to adapt, reinvent herself, and remain relevant in an ever-changing industry. Whether through her music, her entrepreneurial endeavors, or her philanthropic efforts, Dolly has remained a beloved figure, a true icon whose legacy continues to inspire and impact the world. Dolly Parton's musical journey continued to evolve as she released Blue Smoke in 2014, which debuted at number 6 on the Billboard 200 and topped the Billboard Top Country Albums chart. The accompanying Blue Smoke World Tour was a tremendous success, praised for Dolly's energetic performances and heartfelt storytelling. Her ability to captivate audiences with her blend of music and personal storytelling remained one of her strongest attributes. In 2016, Dolly released Pure and Simple, an album featuring love songs and a stripped-down production that showcased her vocals and songwriting abilities. The album debuted at number 11 on the Billboard 200 and topped the Top Country Albums chart. The Pure and Simple Tour, her biggest North American tour in over 25 years, reconnected Dolly with her fans across the continent, further cementing her place as a beloved entertainer. During this time, Dolly also made significant strides in television and film. She produced Dolly Parton's Christmas of Many Colors, Circle of Love, a sequel to Dolly Parton's Coat of Many Colors. These films, which were based on her early life, resonated deeply with audiences and showcased her storytelling skills beyond the realm of music. In 2020, Dolly released A Holly Dolly Christmas, her third Christmas album, which featured collaborations with artists like Michael Bublé and Willie Nelson. The album debuted at number 16 on the Billboard 200 and topped the Top Country Albums chart, proving her continued versatility and broad appeal. Dolly's Christmas special, Dolly Parton's Christmas on the Square, also won an Emmy in 2021, highlighting her ongoing influence in entertainment. Dolly's career continued to cross new boundaries in 2021 when she announced her collaboration with author James Patterson on the book Run, Rose, Run, accompanied by a soundtrack released in 2022. The project blended literature and music, showcasing Dolly's ability to continue innovating in different media. Her induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2022 was another milestone, solidifying her influence beyond country music. The release of Rockstar in 2023 further cemented her rock credentials, with collaborations from legends like Paul McCartney and Stevie Nicks. The album received positive reviews for its ambitious blend of rock and country. In 2023, Dolly launched Vinyl Me Parton, a subscription service with Vinyl Me Please to reissue classic albums from her catalog on vinyl. This included landmark albums like Jolene and 9 to 5 and Odd Jobs, allowing new generations to enjoy her music in its original format. This move underscored Dolly's enduring legacy, making sure her music continued to reach audiences in new ways. Beyond her chart-topping albums and thriving business ventures, Dolly's relationships with fellow musicians have also been a topic of intrigue, particularly her alleged feud with Linda Ronstadt. The trio formed by Dolly, Linda Ronstadt, and Emmylou Harris in 1987, which released the critically acclaimed Trio album, is considered one of the most iconic collaborations in country music history. The idea for this collaboration began in the 1970s, but it wasn't until 1986 that their schedules finally aligned. The name Trio was a tribute to the Kingston Trio, a famous folk revival group from the 1950s. The recording of Trio marked Dolly's return to her musical roots after years of exploring a pop-oriented sound. However, the recording process for the album wasn't without its challenges. According to producer George Massenberg, the three women were in control of the sessions, with each of them taking great ownership of the project. Despite the tensions and conflicts that arose during the recording process, the album went multi-platinum and won a Grammy Award, solidifying their success as a collaborative group. As the collaboration for their second album unfolded, tensions rose among Emmylou Harris, Dolly Parton, and Linda Ronstadt. Emmylou expressed difficulties in contacting Dolly for the follow-up, sparking disagreements about scheduling and musical direction that strained their professional relationship. Rumors of a feud emerged, casting doubt on the harmony they portrayed on stage. Despite the success of their first album, Trio, the hidden complexities of their collaboration took a toll. Dolly's career flourished in parallel as she navigated personal and professional challenges with resilience and grace, remaining an iconic figure through her musical and philanthropic endeavors. The path to completing Trio proved challenging. Aligning the schedules and artistic visions of the three women was no simple task. Dolly's tight-knit support system hindered communication, with Ronstadt noting the difficulties in reaching her. Although they suggested recording as a duo with Dolly as a special guest, Dolly insisted on a trio format. Diverse work ethics further complicated the process, as Ronstadt's meticulousness clashed with Dolly's preference for efficiency, leading to delays. Ultimately, the album faced postponed release dates, leaving Dolly feeling guilty about her role in the complications, which she candidly addressed in her autobiography. In 1999, Linda Ronstadt reflected on the professional dynamic of the trio, emphasizing their solid partnership and mutual passion for traditional music. She noted that their collective strength often outweighed individual contributions, even if working with Dolly Parton could sometimes be frustrating due to her steadfast ways. The release of their second album, despite production challenges, garnered critical acclaim, including a Grammy nomination for Best Country Album and a win for Best Country Collaboration with the song After the Gold Rush. Recording the album proved difficult, with Emmylou Harris highlighting issues in coordinating their differing management teams and the urgency to find a cohesive style among their unique artistic expressions. The trio decided to record the album in just 10 days, though the actual completion took much longer, revealing the complexities of their collaboration. In the end, Trio received a warm public reception, reaching number 6 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the Top Country Albums chart. It earned multiple awards, reinforcing the trio's significant impact in the country music scene, despite tensions in their social interactions. Their harmonious blend of voices created a lasting legacy in music history. Dolly Parton, despite her country roots, often felt out of place within the cosmopolitan social circles of her friend, Linda Ronstadt. Her guitarist, Don Roth, noted that Dolly's perceived aloofness at gatherings stemmed from her discomfort with unfamiliar situations, particularly in big cities like New York. Roth emphasized that Dolly was not snooty, but rather scared in these environments, preferring to retreat when overwhelmed. She herself admitted to feeling uneasy at Ronstadt's high-profile parties where prominent figures mingled, frequently indicating her desire to leave. While others encouraged her to socialize with famous attendees, Dolly expressed a clear preference for her own, more humble crowd. This discomfort in elite settings underscored her genuine, down-to-earth personality, ultimately enhancing her appeal to fans who valued her authenticity. Nevertheless, the trio project with Ronstadt and Emmylou Harris showcased not only their musical harmony, but also the complexities of their professional and personal dynamics. Dolly's navigation of fame, while remaining true to her roots, highlighted the challenges artists face in the spotlight. Yet the music they created together transcended any social awkwardness, affirming their collective talent and chemistry.